Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol GM for General Motors. On the left-hand side, we have the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. First things first, I need to let you know they gave us an earnings announcement after the bell today, so let's flip on the extended hour session here and see what's going on with the number. Looks like just a bit of volatility for now, not completely gapping outside of today's range. We'll see what happens as they offer guidance on the earnings call. For now, let's just go ahead and map out the overnight high as well as the overnight low and talk about our scenarios with the extended hours off to sort of eliminate some distractions. Let's quickly see where we are in relationship to daily targets. So zooming in on this just a little bit. We are certainly well above the pivot lows from the volatility of last week, so we're going to map that out as well. That's 49.34. And if we take out the overnight high, notice that there's not a ton of structure from this breakdown in here. The next major daily area of resistance I can see would be up there closer to 59.63. Let's just quickly scrunch up the chart. I would start looking at this area as well. Even that's fairly high, right? We're looking at 58.72s. Coming from prior resistance, support, so on and so forth. You get the gist. There's not a ton of structure. Maybe you could make the argument for here, but at this point, I would just opt for the 200 SMA on the daily time frame, the green line there, which is currently trading at 56.70. So to me, patience inside of here. You're not really going to get a directional move inside of today's range. It's got to be up and over the overnight high or down and out underneath the overnight low, in which case we have targets regardless, right? So Monday and Friday's low, if it's down at 49.34, and if it's up, it's first the daily 200 SMA, but remembering that this structure is fairly weak, if there's decent enough volume that comes in and really some big momentum in the name, I don't see why it couldn't necessarily get to that 58.72. Now, it would be a totally different story if we open way down at today's lows, then yeah, a daily bar that would look like that, that's certainly a little bit of a stretch, even with an earnings catalyst. But if we can kind of open at the high of today's range, this is definitely a little bit more feasible. Again, I think it's still a little bit of a stretch, which is why we were discussing the 200 SMA in green as the first target, but it wouldn't be like over the moon and to Jupiter far-fetched to get to 58.72 on a bullish open at the highs of today's session. So that's ultimately going to wrap up the video here. There's not a ton of structure we can read into on the 30-minute time frame. You can, again, just get the sense that here's your level, essentially the one that we were talking about, the daily 200 SMA, kind of in here where we got a little bit of a hang up before that selling accelerated. And, you know, if it's going to break that level, we're already above that area of resistance here. So that's just what I would watch out for to the upside. That's going to wrap up the video. If you enjoyed it or learned anything new today, let me know in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description. And all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.